Welcome back to the Game Time Greatness Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Scott. Along with me is
Zachary Chambers, perennial seventh place member of Game Time Greatness.
It's game time. Game time. Game time. We winning, we winning, we winning, we winning. It's game time. Game time.
he had the great opportunity to take a break between the period of the hockey game he's watching, so we got to rush this in real quick. So it's not going to be too long of one. I say that every time, and then me and Jake crank out a 45-minute episode. So I kept all of my notes to one line. That was the goal.
Yeah, and the Stars game isn't looking great so far. It's 2-1. The refs are screwing the whole game up. So, I figured I'd take a break. I don't need to watch intermission.
Yeah, you probably haven't seen me in a while. I was in a dark place for a while with fantasy, refusing to do any podcasts. I'm kind of regretting doing this right now. I know I'm about to go on a downward streak, but I just needed a little bit of some encouragement to pop me back on here. I was going to do it last week, but had no internet, so we pushed it to this week.
He says no internet, but, he really was just not wanting to get back. So we're going to go ahead. After we do our recap, we're going to do an AI art segment. So basically, you've probably been seeing all the pictures and different things of the AI art generated stuff going around. What we did was take everyone's team name, generated a picture off of that, and Brandon's going to try and guess it. Should be pretty easy, honestly. The AI art thing is pretty impressive, but I threw in a couple extras down at the end just for fun, too.
And don't forget to like and comment on your favorite team AI art.
There's a couple really good ones on that one, so I think I have an idea of what'll be the favorites, but I'm not sure.
All right, let's jump into the quick recap from this week. I put B takes a massive win over Noah. Both are on the bottom side of the playoff hunt now. Felt like Noah was kind of a little bit on that top side of it, where he was favored. Taking the L here hurts him a lot more. And it gives me some hope, right? I mean, I'm still on that bottom side of it, but I feel like I have the team to make the push, but we'll see.
There's a lot of 3 and 4 teams. So really 3 and 4, all the teams that are sitting there at 3 and 4 have a chance to get in. I know you think maybe there's a couple that really don't deserve to be 3 and 4, but maybe see that a little bit.
Yeah, I have some notes, and I wrote mine first, so Zach got to read all my notes. Some of the people I put on blast. All right, I put Jarvis had a massive win over Grant. Jarvis was kind of on the underside, and Grant was kind of getting at the point where he was almost at the point where you start rooting for him. Anyone in the middle of the pack knows once somebody reaches a certain level of high, you start rooting for them to win, because then they're beating the people that you need to compete with to get in the playoffs. Like right now, I'm rooting for Parker every game. If you're in the middle of the pack, you should be rooting for Parker to win every game. I mean, it sucks because we don't want Parker to go undefeated, but your playoff chances are better if he wins every game against your competition.
Yeah, so it was a big win. There was a goose in this one, Romeo Dubs, who right after I dropped him, I think he put up 36 points, and I was depressed. And then since then, it felt like 36. I don't know. I was depressed for that. First, I was like, oh my goodness, I just dropped a great wide receiver. But he's been bad since then, so feeling a little bit better about that.
I just got out of the shower. I was watching a Pat McAfee podcast, and Aaron Rodgers was like, it's time to crack the whip on the mistakes. And we're about to have to start changing out players who aren't getting it done. And I watched the game, and Dobbs had 2 drops, and I was like, I don't know if that's referring to him, but if so, Grant might be losing an extra flex player right there. So
we'll see if Watson jumps in there to take that spot too. It'll be an interesting one.
Okay, next up, I said CC shows how powerful his upside is over Matt, who falls into the dark sadness. I put CC has a contender. I mean, this team has the upside.
Yeah, it was impressive to see the numbers just keep on going up and up and up. There's also a goose in this one. Gallup goosed this game. I was at the game. He was invisible and had no targets. So was on the field a lot. I saw him out there, never looked at him. So we'll see how that looks going into next week.
Yeah, it was a weird game with the Lions, but it is what it is, I guess. All right. I put Zach puts Ethan into sadness. A true great rivalry. I mean, this game with both 2 and 4 teams, one person goes to oblivion, one person goes to playoff dreams. Is kind of how I looked at the matchup. I think Ethan still feels like he has a little bit of hope, and I think he does. but it's certainly on the dark side. And Zac feels like, I mean, obviously the Brees injury kind of puts a damper on it. It's really sad. You were feeling really good before the injury in terms of your team and just your chance to make the playoffs. And I still think that win puts you in a spot where you can.
Yeah. It felt good to beat Ethan. It always does. It's been happening more and more recently as Ethan's dropped lower and lower down into the depths of game time greatness.
I hate to say it, but the rivalries have switched where Ethan kind of dominated you early on and I kind of dominated CC. Really, I would say the weaker of the two sides has been dominating lately.
We're starting to show up, but yeah, really sad Brees is gone for the year. That's gonna hurt. But I did get Hopkins and JT back, so excited to have both of them. What was that?
How do you feel about Ellinger for JT?
I don't think it can hurt. To be completely honest with you,
I think they may try to get back to basics and focus on running the ball and getting JT the ball. I'm a little worried about Pittman, but I'm not sure if it'll be him. He's gonna lock onto one receiver. It may be Paris Campbell who's on waivers. We'll see what he goes for tonight. But I'm just hoping they sling it a little bit because I need Pittman to be at least just a solid guy. I mean, I can't have him going to oblivion. So.
Yeah, I expect there'll be more of those short passes that we saw today to Jonathan Taylor, just to kind of get Ellinger going, really, especially at the start. So we'll see how it kind of progresses. It can't be much worse than what Matt Ryan was putting out there. So I'm not too worried about it.
All right, next up we got I said Jake loses to Parker. I put a little note on here. This is a little dig at Parker. I'm very impressed with him. Happy to have him in the league, but I do believe this to be a true statement. Parker will get more wins this season than he will get in the next 2 seasons combined. That is my prediction. I just think, I mean, his team's good. He just managed to get wins, but Jake falls back into the pack. But his team will prevail. I'm still a strong believer in Jake's team, but
yeah. This last week he was missing Davis, AJ Brown, and Allen. So
he's missing his top 3 players.
You're missing 3 studs. Like you're gonna drop. I think he went from like scoring 160 to 100, and those 3 players can make that much of a difference. So I think he bounces.
He made a comment to me. He's like, "Oh, I see why fantasy's sad for you guys at the bottom." I was like, "I hate you."
It's not even the same thing.
But he was pretty sad this weekend. All right, next up, I said Cole beats the future toilet bowl champ. Has a scrappy team like always. I mean, every single person disrespected his team. He drafted 3 receivers on draft day. The guy is still managing to get wins. He has the most points. I think he's in a playoff spot. I think he's in 6 right now. I'm not positive, but like, man, the dude just knows how to get it done. It really is impressive because I'm like, how with what he had on draft day, is he managing to get wins? I don't know, but I mean, wow.
Yeah, and even bigger. So Burrow and ETN had huge game for Cole.
And ETN's only going up with Robinson.
Yeah, with Robinson leaving, I think that's pretty massive for him. I don't
top 10 the rest of the season, I'd say.
Yeah, I know you dog on Mike's team quite a bit. I don't think his team is quite as bad as you
horrible.
Think. But he needs to get something going at running back. Like his running backs are bad. So I think if he gets
dog on his team because he's seen all my notes, but I just multiple times I'm like, this dude is the worst team in the league right now, and it's not close. And in fairness, he said that to me. He's like, I'm not winning another game. I'm going 3-9. And I kind of was joking with him at first. I was like, I didn't really think it. The more I see his team, like, he's got Clyde, Pacheco's named the starter, and I know he's still getting carries. Dobbins is out for a while. His team is just tough. He traded away his 2 upside guys, Keenan and Bateman, and I'm not saying they're going to be amazing, but it just seems like, man, unless he gets some massive pickups, he's in trouble.
Yeah, and the crazy one for this one is he almost had a goose with Mark Andrews.
That's crazy.
Highly touted tight end. The only reason Mark Andrews did not goose was he had 4 rushing yards.
Wait, really? He had 0.4? Yeah. That's all he had?
He had 0.4. He had 0.4 and 4 rushing yards.
That's tough.
So, yeah, that was a interesting one to see on there.
So that was week 7. I made a comment. I said, scoring is sad. I was the 5th highest scoring in points this week with 129. Like, I was like, oh, I kind of got a lucky win this week, and I counted, and I was like, there's 7 teams that I would have beaten this week. Like I was like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, I was grateful that I didn't play CC this week. I would have been really sad to
That would have
be up
sucked.
there with like 175 and then lose. But my note for this week is I'm back to my rightful place in 7th. Maybe I'll be able to sneak into playoffs, and we'll see what happens from there. But happy to be where I'm at considering how I started.
Are now on time for our main segment, the AI art. Number 1, I can tell you what this one is already. This is chasing a championship.
Yeah,
but I'm kind of confused what the writing is. It says clipping in.
Yeah, so you'll notice it a couple more times where you see words up on the screen. I think the AI needs to go to like third, fourth grade to learn some spelling, or maybe it's just speaking a language we don't know.
Yeah.
So I do think it might just be an AI language that it came up with itself as it prepares to take over the world. But
I will say the AI art did a good job. This guy running looks like CC if he was in an anime. Like he's real skinny, got a little muscles, and he's got the lines behind him like Naruto. I mean that's CC right
that's
there. So.
CC2T.
All right, what we got next? Oh, I don't know. We got some people in the desert. Looks like Jerusalem or something. I got to think about some of the team names.
If you don't get this one, I'll be disappointed.
I should have had the list of teams pulled up.
But that would have made it too easy.
Yeah, I got the cup sad Jefferson of a gun. I don't think it's that. Okay, then you got your staffing issues. I don't really think it's staffing issues. Oh, this is marching to Jericho.
Yep,
that's a pretty good one. Honestly,
yeah.
Like that's pretty good.
Yeah, and like I said, there was some changes that I had to make to names to make sure they came out like that actually showed somewhat what it was supposed to be, because marching to Jericho it had no idea what it was, just colors on the screen, honestly. So there were some cases where like I changed the name to at least generate a image that you could at least tell maybe what it was. So.
That's good. All right, on to the next one. Okay, we got a turtle. Doesn't look very ninja-y, but I'm gonna guess this is Ethan with the Ninja Turtles.
Well, that's not his team name. That would be
Lightning Turtles. There's a lightning bolt. I'm so dumb. Okay, Ninja Turtles was Jake. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is a perfect representation. The turtle kind of looks like Ethan's playoffs hope this year. I mean, how he feels. So
it also just kind of looks like Ethan.
That's that. I like that one. That one's pretty straightforward. On to the next. We got. Ooh. This has got to be I puke at my team, mainly because there's a team there and the guy looks a little sick and you got the green in the background. I'll say I actually tried to use AI art to make my team picture because I was tired of the little emoji guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it will not generate puke. I guess I don't know if it's a graphic thing, or at least from what I could see. Like I just wanted some cartoon puke, so I downloaded the picture of Ayuk on there because you can do that, and tried to get it to any kind of like cartoon vomit. Nothing. So I was like, well,
yeah.
I
had to change it to throwing up to get it to generate anything. So
how do you get the team there? It was just luck.
Just throwing up on. I typed out throwing up on a team.
That's funny. Okay.
So, well, yeah, the first couple tries at this one, again, kind of like to your point, didn't really see much, but yeah.
All right. Next up, we got 2 Pete, Ethan 2, Stathan 2, Stan 2. I'm gonna guess this is 22. I forget Grant's exact name. 22 Jump Street or something like that. Yeah. 22. Pretty great, honestly, and he's repeating, he's beating Ethan, basically is how I read the crazy language down there.
Yeah, again, no clue what the AI is trying to write. I think the next one you'll notice the same thing. There's some crazy words on here, but you should get the next one pretty easy.
To be honest, I think Grant should use this picture and then change just the faces to Henry and Kyler or whoever he has on there.
Yeah, I like this one.
All right, next one. Is that milk? I gotta look a second. Oh man, okay. We got this is. Oh man, I'm kind of thinking we got cup half empty, but I gotta think of the other team names real quick. What is Jarvis's team? I always, when I'm watching the podcast, I'm like, how do these people not remember the team names? But then when you're on the spot, it kind of hits you a little
Yeah,
harder.
they fly from you.
Okay, what's Cole? Cole is this is Texags Kool-Aid Chuggers. That's what it is.
Yep, there you go.
It's like a ring dunk kind of.
Yeah, I figured the maroon would give it away. This one was one of the ones I was actually pretty impressed with. It gave like a pretty good representation of what it was going for, and it's kind of a logo even, so I liked it.
That's a good one. All right, what we got next? Ooh, a little Mario Italian man cooking the dope in the crock pot. You know what would have been really easy if Matt kept his name as Goose. I was just thinking of that.
Yep.
All right. Oh, what is? Okay, we already got chasing a championship. This is definitely is not Jeffrey son of a gun. It's not half. We got Grant. It's not staffing issues. It's not Ninja Turtle or Lightning Turtle.
No, you'll get you.
Parker. What's Parker? Parker. Projected last place. I don't know. That's going to be a tough one. All right. So let me think about the other ones. So we got Jake's done. Cole's done. Jarvis. Oh, this is a toss a penny to your cook. That's what it is.
There you go.
Toss a penny to your cook. Also, this is as bad. That's about as bad of a team name as whatever I had first. I don't remember what it was, but it was like I puke. It was like I run so I puke or something like that because I used 2 player names. Like,
yeah, I don't remember that first one honestly. I remember My Little Tony's.
Yeah, that was a good one, but the leadership wasn't there from Tony, so he's just sitting on the bench. It's proven a point to my team. We don't just let people go, but we punish them.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, next we got.
I think this might be the hardest one.
Trying to be politically correct, these people don't look too human. They look a little bit messed up. Okay, so we're running out of teams. That's the good part about this one.
Yep.
We already got chasing championship. We already got a puke in my team. We already got. We don't have cup half empty. Jeffers son of a gun. I don't think it's either of those. This could be staffing issues. Oh, I'm gonna say projected last place. That's what I'm gonna say.
First one that you've gotten wrong. This is overrated.
Okay. I kind of forget Noah's team name because he's bounced it around a few times. So
yep.
Yeah, these all look like an accurate representation of Noah, so that should have been my first thought. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well,
I think that one was hard. The only way you could have gotten it is like I don't know. They're all wearing glasses, but
I'm also glad I got one wrong. Makes it a little spicy.
I tried to make overrated a couple times, and this was honestly the best one. So
all right, next. It looks like they're at work, so this is gonna have to be. Well, could be. I don't know what projected last place is gonna be. Looks like staffing issues. They're all sad. Looks like somebody. This guy's kind of being creepy on this girl in the corner.
That's true.
That's how I imagine Ethan at work. Just kidding.
Well, he works from home. Otherwise, maybe.
Well, that's Abby.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm gonna say this is staffing issues.
You are correct. This is staffing issues.
That was the first thought, but like projected last place, I don't know what's going to be. I'm glad I haven't gotten to it yet because I don't.
Yeah, this one again. Like I had to do a couple different things to make this generate a decent one. The only thing you get from it is like they're working and there's an X there.
Yeah. This next one's going to be cup half empty, but it's not exactly right because the cup is empty. Which maybe
I think that's a little bit.
Maybe Matt should name his team name. Maybe this is a metaphor for Matt's team. Cup is.
And that's what I was saying when it generated. I was like, well, it's not exactly what we're going for, but it's more representative of what Matt's year has been so far. So.
All right, next we have looks like some kind of statue. I'm gonna have to guess this is Jeffers son of a gun.
That would be Jeffers son of a gun.
It's a pretty good one. It's just definitely basically the feet of Jefferson.
Yeah.
All right. This one looks like a bunch of scrubs, maybe a Terminator, maybe a little alien on the top left. 2 females on the football team. Looks like a dog. I'm gonna say this is projected last place.
That is projected last place. and that's it for the team. So that's all the teams. But I did.
Is this one our league logo? Game time greatness.
Yes,
It's kind of
yes,
funny. It's like grat time Gometres.
yes. I again it has its own language, but I figured I'd give it a shot at trying to make our logo.
If this was like
red
if this was like red and blue, this could be like a solid logo.
yeah, like like a shoulder patch logo.
Yeah,
The Stars got their shoulder patch logo, so kind of like that.
Oh, that's funny stuff. All right, we got another one. Is this
So
bonus?
the last two are bonus ones. I made both in the style of like pane glass art, just because I wanted to. I thought it was funny. So I want they go together, so they're both about the same thing. But I wanted you to try and give a guess of what you think each one is. So we'll start with this one.
So are they go together? Or they're separate.
They're kind of the same. Like one should give you a hint of what the other one is depicting, but they don't have the exact same. Like they are different stuff.
So one of them is like Hercules fighting off like 1,000 people. I'm gonna say, I know this is not what this is, but my interpretation is this is the commissioner fighting off his unruly peasants trying to go to sleeper, and me, no, we won't stay on.
Well, you understand I am now part of Sleeper Gang as of last week when people were arguing about meaningless levels, silver, gold, platinum. What is it? You don't get anything for it. You all play in like leagues where you have a bunch of your own teams in there that you just win so that you get extra points. It's fine. But this I generated is Zach winning the Game Time Greatness trophy. So this is Zach winning the Meister here. And then so we'll go ahead and go to the second one, and you can try and guess what this one is.
Is that Mike winning the toilet bowl?
That would be Ethan winning the toilet bowl. Which was again, it was just I had a couple extra, like you get like 15 credits a month or something like that. I had a couple left. I was like, I'll do some fun things. But yeah, so I threw a couple extra on there just for fun. But
heck yeah. Well, that was fun. I hope you guys liked it. It was a little different. Hopefully, I'm realizing we've gone very long already.
Grant, edit everything out. Everything.
This was supposed to be a quick one. Again, I apologize. If you saw my notes, you'd be like, all right, it's going to be quick. So we're going to run through the matchup super quick. We're going to keep each one under max 30 seconds. All right, Zach?
Yep.
All right, matchups. Parker versus Cole. I had said I had to go Parker. One, it helps me. Two, he is finding ways to win right now.
Yep. And I said I'm thinking Parker comes away with this one normally, but 8-0, I think it's time for a loss. Cole takes it.
It does feel like that. I need Parker to win. Cole's ahead of me. All right, Brandon versus Matt. Gut says Matt will win. My heart says please no, because I don't know. Matt's team isn't that bad. He's kind of due for a win. I really need to win though. All right, go ahead.
I said you have to have this one. I think Jamal and Gallup both bounced back this week for Matt, which makes it close, but I think you'll sneak away with it. I think this one will be really close, probably within 5 points.
Hopefully, as long as I sneak away with it, I'm cool. I could be in by 0.01 for all I can. All right, Jarvis versus Mike. I said, don't even need to tell you. One of these guys is the reigning champ, and the other one is this year's toilet bowl.
And I said Herbert's on bye, and the waiver wire QBs are not looking great. Jarvis takes this one.
Also, I don't feel bad at all for hitting hard on Mike. When I was a little bit down, he's like washed up, blah, 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 all this stuff. So I got to kind of hit him back a little bit. So yep. Jake versus Ethan. I said, can Jalen Hurts redeem his name against the true hater? If not, Ethan will be out. Or if Jake loses, he will really be in the mix for a playoff spot. I said I'm predicting a win for it, and then I didn't fill it in. So I'm gonna think it feels like Ethan is due, but I'm gonna say Jake wins and Ethan is just really sad.
I said this one's close. No Eckler for Jake this week, which I think gives Ethan the edge and barely keeps his hopes alive. Just for him to have it dashed by someone else.
The nice thing for Ethan is I took all of Jake's depth, like for giving him Eckler, and Eckler's on a bye, so it's kind of a dub for
Ethan. Good matchup for Ethan.
All right, Zach versus Grant. I said this has massive playoff implications. Both have had some luck and both have had some injuries. I think Zach takes this one though. I think Grant's team is looking tough all of a sudden, especially if Connor comes back this week and he loses Benjamin. I don't know if that's a possibility. I haven't really kept that close up with it, but I mean, he needs Swift back ASAP.
Yeah, and I said I think I come away with this one. Grant has a lot of buys and a lot of injuries.
His whole team
which he's going to be struggling looking for waiver wire pickups. I think he might be one who goes pretty hard on Indianapolis receiver. I already forgot his name.
Paris Campbell.
Paris. So I think, and I also think my team's looking up even with Brees gone. Hopkins looked great. Jonathan Taylor looked back to Jonathan Taylor last week. Well, maybe not even quite back to Jonathan Taylor. He didn't put up more than 20. So I think JT gets up to about 25 this week and pushes me over the edge.
That'd be awesome. And then CC versus Noah. I said, can Noah salvage his season? And I said, can CC continue his hot streak? I think Noah takes it. He's due. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and then I said Mahomes is on bye, and like I said earlier, waiver wire QBs not looking great. So I think Noah comes away with this one to stay in the playoff conversation as he usually does.
And after what I saw from McCaffrey last week, he only played a few snaps. The dude looks like he still has it, and the blocking looks better. The system looks better. I think he could be really good. So
the best line he's ever had to run behind. So I think that gives him a pretty big edge. The only question is with how many weapons they also have there, how does that end up breaking into his usage? I'm a bit worried with Debo hamstring injury at the end of last game. And hopefully,
keep going.
Hopefully he'll be fine, but I think that if Debo's out, McCaffrey could get a lot of touches.
And that's going to hurt Ayuk too, because, Ayuk's a wide receiver 1 there, so he'll get double covered instead of getting,
the wide receiver 1 there, sure. Whatever.
No, but
I will admit he's looked more like the wide receiver 1 the last couple of weeks. But I think
it's just they're different styles, and I think Debo. I think getting McCaffrey will probably be better for Debo, just because they can do more of the screens and the dump offs as opposed to just the boring handoffs, which is better for fantasy, obviously. All right, anything else you have?
No, that's all I have. Go Stars.
All right, well, this is the first time I've completed a Zoom meeting in the allotted time without having to restart another recording.
It's faster than previous ones then. So
you're welcome. Or they extended their free time that you get to record. So I'm not sure which.
It's possible.
But thank you guys, everybody, for watching. Comment which one was your favorite AI art. Comment if you knew all of them right away. And thank you guys for watching.